Tired of repetitive workouts? Animal movements bring variety and intensity to your routine, engaging muscles you didn't even know you had. Perfect for building strength and improving overall fitness, these exercises keep your workouts dynamic and effective. They require no equipment, just your body and space, making them an accessible and highly effective addition to any fitness routine. Animal movements offer a fun and effective approach to fitness, inspired by nature's natural motions to boost strength, flexibility, and coordination. Unlike typical workouts, these exercises enhance the way we move in daily life by promoting functional, full-body movement patterns. One movement in particular may surprise you, not because it's the hardest, but because it can dramatically improve how you feel every day. This simple, yet powerful exercise engages your entire body, strengthens your core, and enhances mobility with ease. Stick with us to uncover this transformative movement and other exercises that will help you move better, live pain-free, and boost your quality of life. Exercise number 1 is the elephant walk. The elephant walk is a dynamic exercise that targets the hamstrings, shoulders, core, and calves while improving flexibility and stability. To perform the elephant walk, start by standing upright with your feet hip-width apart. Hinge forward at the hips, keeping your back straight and your legs as straight as possible, and place your hands flat on the ground in front of you, forming an inverted V shape with your body. Begin moving forward by stepping one hand and the opposite foot ahead in a controlled, deliberate manner. Keep your movements slow and maintain straight legs and a stable core throughout the exercise. As you continue alternating sides, focus on keeping your hips elevated and feeling the stretch along the back of your legs and through your shoulders. Beginners can start with 10 to 12 steps forward for 2 to 3 sets. As you gain strength and flexibility, increase the number of steps or sets to challenge yourself. The elephant walk can be used as a warm-up to stretch and activate the hamstrings and shoulders, as a dynamic stretch during a workout, or as part of a core and stability training circuit. Number 2 is the bear crawl. The bear crawl is an excellent exercise for building core strength, as it requires constant engagement of the abdominal muscles to maintain stability. It also enhances shoulder stability, with your arms supporting your body weight throughout the movement. To perform the bear crawl, start on all fours with your hands directly under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. Keep your back flat, head in a neutral position, and core engaged. Lift your knees slightly off the ground, just an inch or two, to create tension in your core and lower body. Engage your shoulder blades by pulling them slightly down and back to maintain stability. Begin crawling forward by moving one hand and the opposite foot simultaneously, followed by the other hand and foot in a controlled, rhythmic pattern, exhaling with each step. Focus on maintaining steady movements and a low position to maximize muscle engagement. Throughout the exercise, ensure your hips stay level, avoiding any rotation. Your knees should hover just above the ground, with your core remaining tight to stabilize your movements for effective performance. Avoid placing your hands too far in front of your shoulders when crawling. Instead, keep your hands directly beneath your shoulders and focus on moving steadily, maintaining control rather than rushing through the exercise. Focus on keeping your shoulder blades engaged and stable throughout the bear crawl, avoiding excessive movement or shrugging. For an added challenge, try performing the bear crawl backward or side to side to engage different muscle groups. Start with 20 to 30 seconds of crawling for 3 to 4 sets. Over time, extend the duration or reduce rest intervals as your endurance improves. The bear crawl can be used as a warm-up to activate your core, shoulders, and legs during a workout as part of a HIIT or functional training circuit to build endurance and strength, or as a finisher to fully engage your muscles and improve stamina. Number 3 is the crab walk. The crab walk is a dynamic exercise that primarily targets the triceps, core, and glutes, while also improving coordination and mobility. To perform the crab walk, start by sitting on the ground with your feet flat and hands behind you, fingers pointing toward your feet. You can also try turning your hands outward, so the fingers are pointing away from the sides of your body to minimize strain on the wrists. Lift your hips to form a tabletop position, with your torso parallel to the floor. Begin moving by stepping one hand and the opposite foot forward, followed by the other hand and foot, maintaining a steady rhythm. Keep your hips elevated to prevent sagging, your core tight, and your movements controlled to maximize the effectiveness of the exercise. Avoid shrugging your shoulders up toward your ears, as this can cause tension and reduce the effectiveness of the exercise. Instead, keep your shoulder blades down and back, and engage your triceps to properly support your body weight. To increase the difficulty, you can also try moving in reverse or laterally utilizing the crab walk position. Perform 20 to 30 seconds of crab walking for 3 to 4 sets. As your strength and coordination improve, increase the duration or number of sets. Number 4. The frog jump. The frog jump is a powerful plyometric exercise that targets the legs, glutes, and core, while also improving explosive power and overall lower body strength. This exercise mimics the leaping motion of a frog, requiring you to squat deeply before jumping forward, making it highly effective for enhancing leg strength and agility. To perform the frog jump, begin in a deep squat with your feet slightly wider than shoulder width apart and your toes pointing outward. Lower your hips, keeping your chest up and core engaged. Push through your heels and explode upward, jumping forward as far as possible. Upon landing, immediately return to the squat and repeat. Focus on landing softly with bent knees to absorb impact, keeping your knees aligned with your toes and your core braced for stability. For beginners, complete 8 to 10 frog jumps for 3 to 4 sets. Add more reps or sets as you build strength and power. The frog jump can be used as part of a warm-up to activate the lower body, within a workout to develop power and endurance, or as a finisher to fully fatigue the legs. Number 5. The eagle posture. The eagle posture is a balancing exercise that combines strength, flexibility, and focus, inspired by traditional Chinese martial arts. This static posture primarily targets the lower body, including the quadriceps, glutes, and calves, while also engaging the core for stability. Additionally, it improves balance, enhances ankle stability, and increases hip flexibility. The extended arms with palms facing up add an element of shoulder mobility and upper back engagement, making it a full-body exercise that challenges both physical and mental endurance. To perform, start by standing upright and shifting your weight onto one leg. Bend that knee slightly and lift the other leg, crossing the ankle or side of the calf over the supporting knee or upper thigh. Once balanced, bend forward slightly at the hips and extend your arms behind you with palms facing upward, maintaining a constant stretch. Keep your chest lifted and your gaze forward to maintain balance. Engage your core to stabilize your body and hold the posture steady. The deeper the bend in the supporting leg, the more challenging the exercise becomes. If you have difficulty with this posture, you can try a variation by placing the instep of the foot behind the supporting leg inside the crease area. Hold the eagle posture for 20 to 30 seconds on each side for beginners, gradually increasing to 45 to 60 seconds as your balance and strength improve. Number 6. Ape walk. The ape walk is a dynamic lateral movement exercise that mimics the side-to-side motion of an ape. This exercise combines strength, flexibility, and coordination, making it highly effective for developing overall body control and agility. The ape walk primarily targets the shoulders, core, and legs, while also improving hip mobility and upper body strength. To perform the ape walk, start in a deep squat position with your feet slightly wider than shoulder width apart and your hands on the ground in front of you. Keeping your hips low, place your hands to one side and shift your weight onto them. As you do this, kick your feet out to the opposite side, allowing your body to move laterally. Land softly in the squat position and immediately place your hands on the ground again, repeating the movement to continue traveling sideways. Focus on keeping your movements fluid and controlled, with your core engaged to stabilize your body throughout the exercise. Common mistakes to avoid include raising your hips too high during the movement, which can reduce its effectiveness, and moving too quickly without maintaining control, which can lead to poor form and potential injury. Instead, keep your hips low, maintain a deep squat position, and move at a controlled pace to ensure proper muscle engagement and coordination. Start with 4 to 6 steps on each side for 2 to 3 sets. As you progress, increase the number of steps or sets to further challenge yourself. Number 7 is crane hops. The crane hop is a dynamic full-body movement designed to improve strength, flexibility, coordination, and balance. Combining a high knee raise, a mid-air turn, and a deep hip adductor stretch, this exercise targets the legs, core, and hips, making it effective for enhancing functional strength and mobility. To perform the crane hop, start by standing with both feet flat on the ground. Lift your right knee as high as possible, engaging your core to maintain balance. From this position, hop off your left leg, rotating your body in the direction of your raised right knee. While airborne, switch legs so that you land softly and in a controlled manner, with your right foot supporting you and your left knee now raised. Upon landing, transition smoothly into a deep adductor stance by extending your left leg outward, while bending your right leg into a squat. Both feet should remain flat on the ground, toes pointing forward as much as possible, and your hands should touch the floor for balance and stability. From this deep adductor stretch, push off your right leg, raising your body back up while retracting your left leg into a high knee position. Repeat the movement by hopping off your right leg, turning in the direction of your left knee, and switching sides into the same deep adductor stretch with the opposite leg. Focus on landing softly and maintaining controlled, fluid movements throughout the exercise. Beginners can start with 5 to 6 hops per side, repeating for 2 to 3 sets. Number 8 is the duck walk. The duck walk is a low-impact, functional movement that mimics the waddle of a duck, focusing on strengthening the lower body while improving hip flexibility and balance. This exercise primarily targets the quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, and calves. Additionally, it challenges your core as you maintain stability throughout the movement. The deep, controlled squatting position also promotes hip mobility, making this an ideal exercise for improving the range of motion in your hips and knees. To perform the duck walk, begin by standing with your feet about shoulder width apart. Lower yourself into a deep squat, ensuring your knees are bent at a 90-degree angle or lower, and keep your chest up and your core engaged. From this position, take small steps forward, alternating legs while staying low in the squat. Focus on controlled movements, ensuring that your feet stay flat on the ground, and keep your knees aligned with your toes as you waddle forward. To maintain balance, you can extend your arms in front of you or keep them at your sides for added stability. For beginners, start by taking 10 to 12 steps forward, followed by a brief rest, and repeat for 2 to 3 sets. Number 9 is the crab reach. Now it's time to dive into one of the most powerful exercises we've been working our way up to, the crab reach. This movement is incredibly simple yet powerful in improving your overall mobility, balance, and strength. It's a powerful full-body exercise that enhances shoulder stability, core strength, and hip mobility. It engages the glutes, hamstrings, and core while promoting flexibility and improving posture by working the muscles in the back and shoulders. To perform the crab reach, begin seated on the ground with your feet flat in front of you, spaced shoulder width apart, and your hands placed behind you, fingers pointing to the rear. Keeping your head and neck straight, begin by opening your chest and shoulders, pushing firmly into the ground while rotating your elbows inward towards your body. As you transfer weight to one hand to support the body, ensure your supporting shoulder stays engaged, pulled away from your ear and not collapsing. It's crucial to maintain this engagement throughout the entire exercise by continuing to twist the elbow of the supporting arm inward and pressing against the ground, which will rotate the shoulder outward. Rather than arching your lower back, tighten your glutes to bring your hips into a strong glute bridge position. The other arm should be bent at about a 90-degree angle, so your thumb is even with your nose. Reach up and across your body as you rotate your torso, extending your arm overhead while keeping the arm relaxed, maintaining the 90-degree bend, and essentially framing your head as your fingers point down towards the fingers of the supporting hand. Your eyes should follow and remain focused on the fingers of the bent arm. Ensure your wrist is aligned directly under your shoulder, so your weight remains centered over your hand rather than your feet. At the top of the reach, you should feel your lat muscle on the supporting side engage. Hold this position briefly, continuing to push through your supporting arm while keeping the shoulder active and stable. As you lower back down, ensure the shoulder remains engaged and open, avoiding any relaxation or collapse. Repeat on the opposite side. Beginners should aim for 6 to 8 reaches per side, with a 30 to 60-second rest, repeating for 2 to 3 sets. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more of our content. Thank you for watching.